and Know It All Nikki, and I'm playing with like the settings on my stupid computer. Nope. I still look. I look. I don't know. I'm having issues.
Every
Clearly.
week, one of your computers decides to do something. Last week, it was the whistling computer. The fan was on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I never want to podcast with that computer ever again.
Well, I got bad news for you.
You can podcast from your phone. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this.
That's what we're podcasting from.
You could podcast from your phone. You look much better when you podcast.
You know what? I left my planner in my office or in my bedroom.
Oh, good. Somebody's watching too. That's great.
It's probably me because I have it on but turned off.
No, it went away. So this is our live podcast called Stitching the Miles Together, where we stitch the 4,000 mile gap between us with our love of yarn and other nerdy things, and apparently our hate for technology.
Get off my lawn! You were waiting for that. Oh my God.
But
it's snowing, Heather.
It's supposed to snow here later in the week.
I'm sending it ahead of me, apparently.
Apparently so. So if you like hijinks and chaos, please be sure to subscribe and follow our channel so that way you can get notified in your wherever you get notified with YouTube. Because I'm going to be quite honest, I do not have any kind of YouTube notifications turned on. I don't have notifications turned on for much social media because I'm guessing that nothing important is going to come to me that way. I mean, important stuff, yes, but like stuff that like, that quadrant, like, urgent, important, like when you need everything.
Yeah.
Very few things fit into those notes. Like So I don't have notifications turned on, so I don't even know how that works. So if you do have notifications turned on, you feel free to enlighten us because or me anyways, maybe Nichole has, maybe she's some secret, notifications turned on all over the place.
I have most of my notifications turned off. I don't even have my notifications really turned on in YouTube. But I do know that when I am on my home screen.
So Nichole, what are we drinking today?
Not enough, Heather. Not enough. Drinking water. Waiting for my fast to end. I am drinking water, but I do have hot chocolate as soon as my fast tells me it's over. Oh, it says it's over. Hey, look at that.
I'm like, doesn't your fast end at noon? Like it's noon 07 at your house.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, notifications are turned off. They're all silent. I don't hear a thing.
If I could only eat at certain times of the day, which I have with some medications that I've been on, I don't need any notifications except for looking at the clock because would you tell me I can't eat? I'll be stupid hungry. Although normally I'm not, so I'm almost hungry. Let's stay drinking coffee like normal.
Well, yeah, I drink most of my calories actually, probably than anything else. I don't eat a whole lot during the day, which is funny because you would think that I would lose weight. I would be burning fat left and right, but no.
That's not how that works.
Also, I'm retaining some fluid, as they say. And hopefully that will be resolved very soon. Heather, I hope you have your planner in front of you because I left mine in the bedroom. I looked right on it.
So
I even went to Instagram. I went to Instagram and I said, we have a lot to talk about today. And I did not bring my planner.
I was going to send you a picture earlier. And then you were like,
I remembered the yarn.
I'm excited that you remembered the yarn and your beverage and the beverage that you didn't know you could drink until just now. So
Just
you
now.
are ahead of the game, my friend. Yes, I am drinking, and my son-in-law actually. I got back today's Thursday, so I got back on Tuesday late afternoon, and from with being with the baby and my daughter and son-in-law, and it was my son-in-law actually made me this mug. He said, "Can you send me this picture?" As he looked on my Instagram page, and he just got into sublimation, so he made me a mug.
Oh, nice.
And he stuck Heather Spins yarn on there. Although I told him that if if I would pick, this would not have been the photo that I would pick, but he really liked it because it showed yarn and the lake. It's nice.
He's not wrong.
He's not
wrong.
So he's starting himself a nice little business. It's been fun. So he needs some sublimation stuff done. He's gonna be the guy to hit up.
Look, I remembered the yarn. Okay.
So what are you working on today?
This is the wristlet that okay, we have to get the big thing out of the way. Nikki is going to Ohio.
Okay, that was next on my list.
Oh. Well, because everything I'm going to say after that, I think, is going to be like, is Nikki going to Ohio? Yes, Nikki is. What am I working on?
Yes.
Well, I have the wristlet with me. I haven't started the tube, the yarn tube, the sock tube. I have not started it. Mostly because I'm still, these needles have got me all kinds of messed up.
What needles are they?
Well, I mean, I think I left you a message, like trying to figure out which needles.
You said you had size 2s or size 4s, and I said size 2s would be better because size 4s would be too big. Size 4, because then you're getting into you're getting into gauge with like you have for your shawls, and while that's great for a shawl, but that's still too airy for a pair of socks.
That's true.
For me, even size 3s are too airy for a pair of socks. I have socks that I wear that were made out of size 3s, but they're not, I don't dislike them. I wear them, but when I knit my sock tubes on 000 needles.
Okay.
And that's just because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But what's really nice is the pearl bumps are there, but you don't feel them because they're so fine.
Right. So, but my question is then, I hear you dogs and knock it off. It's mostly my son's dog because he can't come lay underneath my desk. I fixed their problem. I fixed my problem with them, and I put up the baby gate.
Well, that's good until they learn.
And then I threw all of their toys out of my office. Somebody is really upset about it. They have issues.
So what is your issue with the sock tube?
So that brings to me my next question. How much do I cast on? Because my leg, calf, foot, circumference, it's all bigger than yours.
I know. I didn't give you my numbers when I gave you the number. I cast on, how many stitches did I cast on here? Let's see here.
You told me to cast on 64.
Yes, I do not cast on 64. I cast on 56.
So why am I casting on less?
64 is more than 56, dear.
Oh, you said 56. I thought you said 66.
Well, I'm also working on a size needle that's 5 sizes smaller than the needle that you're working with. But yes, I can look in this handy dandy book. I think it's behind me. Let's see here.
Oh, that's actually on the table. That's closer than oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, you can just let me know what because I have to look. But yeah, 64. And then, because you just have to measure places I told you to measure, and then I'll let you know how many stitches to cast on. 64 is because you want your sock to have negative ease. You want your sock to have at least a couple inches of negative ease, so it's not going to be like slouching all over, but it will be slouchy, just not like I don't know.
I just don't want it slouchy in the heel or the toe. That's it.
Well, we can fix that because that's why you add those on. So what we were talking about is this is my travel project. I was going to work on something else, which is sitting in my lap, but then I picked up the sock tube. So this is my sock tube. Here's my completed sock tube of the other one.
Nice.
So we're here. So this is going to end up. So one tube will give you one pair of socks, but I'll have 2 pairs of socks out of 2 tubes. And then you can do your contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. And so my heels, toes, and cuffs some of them are going to be, there you go. That's very pretty. Oh, it's all caked up. Look at you. Nice, nice, nice. I like that.
It's called Hankenstein.
Nice.
And I can't, because it's in the bedroom. Okay, you know what? I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. But the brand, the label is in the bedroom. And we can add that to it.
Yeah, we can add it to the bottom. I have like the crap. Someday we'll have all that stuff prepped because I can actually put all that stuff in beforehand before we go live.
We're learning, people. We're learning. But what is this? Is this like an anniversary for us for doing this? When did we start the last time?
It could be our 3-year anniversary soon. I don't remember.
Could be.
I don't remember exactly when it is. I'm not really good at that because I thought for sure this was my 5th work anniversary and my 6th season, right? So today I was on LinkedIn because I was checking something out, and LinkedIn told me, "Hey, you've been at your," because I'm getting a lot of different pitches from people. They want me to review like POS software, so that because of my being a general manager at a gas station, like, hey, this isn't a recruiting message. This is us asking you if you want to like go over this to see how this would work for your systems, and if so, then we'd like to give you a free Yeti mug. Like I think 4 or 5 of them. I don't want to. It's not worth my time. To be quite honest, I'm not going to switch. I don't need a free Yeti mug. Like, it's not like, I mean, I'm sure that's definitely a draw, a branded mug, but, I'm good. I don't need to take your survey to see what my needs are. I have no needs right now. But on LinkedIn, it said that I was 5 years and 9 months at Erie Petroleum. So apparently it's my 6-year anniversary coming up and not my 5-year anniversary.
Congratulations. Well, thank you. So I have this, and I will probably cast it on tonight.
Okay.
Hopefully. If I get everything if I get the rest of the things off of my list before midnight, sure, I'll cast it on. Ouch. And because I also have the book, I have it as an ebook, I will look at the measurements too. I just have to go. Hunt down
and the book that we're talking about is Knit 2 Socks in 1 by Sophia Talley, who is the drunk knitter, not the drunk knitter. She's drunk knitter on Instagram. And I made a pair of socks out of the book. I modified, I found most of the pattern, but then when I got to the heels, toes, and cuffs, I modified stuff. I am writing about that. There'll definitely be a vlog and a post coming soon, just showcasing like what I liked and what I didn't like about the methods. Overall, I think it's a great thing. Knit 2 socks in 1. So, and there are people out there that knit sock tubes. You can send them a skein of yarn, or you can purchase sock tubes from them, and then you can add the heels, toes, and cuffs. One person that comes to mind instantly is a podcaster I watch called M to the Third. And for Christmas this year, she does like a bunch of hand knitted like gifts and stuff like that. But she also works at a knitting. She works at a Starlight Knitting Society. So she really legit can knit all day long and have no problem with it. But she actually sent a skein of like 2 skeins of yarn on this Christmas striping yarn to this person that has a sock crank, and like they cranked out 2 tubes for her, and then she added heels, toes, and cuffs. And I'm like, well, I don't know why I wouldn't just do that. Anyways, I love a good mindless knit, and especially like when I'm walking and stuff like that. So sock tubes are perfect for that. So I actually have 2 sets of 000 needles. I have this one here for my for my working sock at all times. I have a sock going, and then I have another set of 000 needles that are for my D20 socks.
Nice.
So, and these socks are actually, they're caught up right now. I leave them attached because every now and again someone will roll, and we decided early on that we would let the dice do whatever the dice wanted to do. So I put a marker after each week. So this was week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and then week 6.
Nice.
Here. So
that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and see, we did actually have a 1 right there. This was color 20, and then the next color was 1, and then that was color 20 again. So I didn't disconnect the color, because when he rolled a 1, I was like, all right, roll again, and they're like, oh, 20. So yeah, so this has been really fun, and it actually looks different on the backside because of how the yarn has cooled on some of them.
Nice.
So I'm not sure how many more. Well, I'm not sure how many more sessions we have, but then I'll roll for heels, toes, and cups as well. So, and that's all my little bag here with my handy dandy new dice. I'm very excited about my dice. They're very
Cool.
cute. They're super.
I don't do anything that cool, people. I don't. No lie.
They're just like really pretty.
Those are pretty.
And they're sharp, which I love, and and then they also
sound like a weapon.
Oh wait, that one's not going to do it as well. One of them does really well. They kind of are. They could be. Here we go. This one does it, I'm pretty sure. So they're so sharp that they spin if you get them in your hand just right. But I can only do it when I'm trying not to show other people. So
stop. Not you. A dog.
I will not.
He's mad.
I will keep going to D&D.
I know. He's mad. He can't come in here. I think he's more upset that he can't come in than my ding dong dog does. Oh yeah. No, Missy, leave him alone. Now she's gonna bother him.
All right.
Missy,
well,
come here.
We are still in Craft Month.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Craft Month, Heart Month. Craft Month is coming up. We are still in Heart Month. And
I should probably knit something while I'm here.
Yes. So what are you working on? Are you working on your downtown cardigan then?
Yes, I am still working on that until tomorrow. I'm not going to bring it with me because I want to be able to measure and everything else, and that would require bringing the back panel and everything else, because I know myself, I will need to count and recount and make sure that everything counts up correctly and measures correctly. And that feels like stress that I don't want. And therefore I probably wouldn't knit at all. Huh?
Because I was like, that's out. No stress. Because the first was like, can't you just measure the back panel and write the number down? But if that's extra stress you don't need, then don't take it. That's what I say. Don't take that stress if you don't want it.
No, I don't want it. So I'm still working on the front panel. I've actually decided that it's gonna take me a year to get this finished, mostly because I'm only knitting on it when I go see my therapist.
Well, sometimes you need a nice little thing to, just for that, then it can just kind of work. When you're all done, it'll wrap you up and remind you all the good conversations you had with her.
Mm-hmm.
You've had good conversations. You might not have liked them all. They've been hard conversations.
Yeah. What Heather said, guys. So, but you're also going to be very proud of me. I'm bringing a total of 3 projects.
I am very proud of you. You don't even tell me what they are, and I'm so proud of you. Plus, you know that I have things and I have yarn. Yeah. She was going for like an overnight trip to the doctor's one time, and she had like 6 projects. I'm like, when are you doing all these things? You're like, I have waiting time.
I did. There was a lot of waiting. There's a lot of sitting in airports. There's going to be even more sitting in airports this time because I'm flying out. So I have to get to the airport no later than like 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, because it is the last flight out of Homer. And so, because my husband and I have both been burned by Homer Airport and the airline, the only airline that flies out of there, I am choosing to go up even earlier than that, just in case things are late. Everything, right now I'm looking outside and there's big fat fluffy snowflakes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they all go away tomorrow.
Good luck.
So I'm trying to plan for contingencies and issues and problems.
Yeah.
So I'm flying tomorrow. I'm leaving. I'm going to be in Anchorage from like 5 o'clock until 1 a.m. on Saturday morning. And then I board there. My flight information isn't even in here with me. I board then around 1 a.m. and then I don't arrive in Ohio until 6 o'clock Saturday evening.
Okay.
And I tried to give myself a day just in case flying went sideways.
Right.
So that gives me another day to get there. And then I see doctors starting Monday. That first week is going to be very busy-ish. It's going to be a lot of hurry up and wait until they zap me, and then it'll be hurry up and sleep. So I will crash. So, and I have all of the everywhere I'm staying, all of the places, all of the people that are involved. I've got all that squared away. Really, all I need to do at this point is pack my clothes and get on a plane.
Nice.
That's all I have left to do. Well,
nice.
And pay a couple of bills.
Well,
So, but I will be bringing that laptop. I'm so sorry. It's the only one.
Well, we will talk some more about, and someday you've podcast twice from your phone, and it has worked out just fine.
Look, we'll see what the situation is when I get where I get to, because we will have one podcast episode while I'm there. Yes. So, yes, there is a fantastic chance that I could be podcasting from the phone.
And that's fine.
It'll be fine.
I said that the phone works out well. I'm podcasting from my phone right now.
Yeah, but I still get this. I'm still hearing some kind of like audio feedback that makes it sound like you're burping either at the beginning.
It's from my ear. It's from my AirPods.
Really?
Yes, my AirPods are dying.
As
I've had
in
them for
dying?
2 years. Yeah, they're dying. I use the heck out of them. They don't last very long. So,
guys, Heather needs a new pair of iPods or earbuds. Earbuds. I'm Android, not iPhone. Damn it!
It's all good. I'll get them eventually. They're not high on my list. I would take them out, but sometimes it's echoey.
Yeah. Well, if I'm podcasting from my phone, there's a good chance that I will also need that I will probably be using earbuds as well. And Heather may not like it. Wireless.
I'll take anything over whistling computer.
Huh?
The whistling computer. I don't know. We'll have to like dueling sounds there. But
it's gonna be touch and go, Heather. Oh shit! What did I do there?
I don't know what you did. So what 3 projects are you taking?
Okay,
not that one.
So, I am taking shawlography because I like to punish myself. I'm
surprised you didn't block that little piece and like wear it on you somewhere, like pin it on like a little like lapel or something.
Okay. So I was thinking about this when I was driving home. I was like, it is cast off. I could just end there and be happy with it. Huh?
I know, right? Like you've got those little figurines. It could be a shawl for one of those. Little
Yeah,
headpiece, little
yeah.
thing that you tape to the front of your shirt.
I mean, honestly, if we're gonna go that route, I could turn that sucker into a bonnet, right?
I don't think I have mine here. You could. I think
Oh,
mine is at the
actually, no, I
cottage.
do not have it off the needles. I'm doing the, I'm still working on the I-cord bind off.
Ah,
But this is how it looks right now.
it looks very pretty. Nice.
I love it.
I know, right? It's a little mini shawl at this point. I was super
Well,
surprised.
look,
I mean, I was
no,
expecting half expecting to
definitely,
come on
look, it just needs a
a
back.
babushka. There you
It's a
go. No, it's like a
babushka.
little babushka. It's a babushka.
Ooh, Heather, I see options here.
I totally finished it. Clue. Yeah. So I am
I'm gonna finish
right
it.
now. I am actively. I put the black tube down because I really want to. So I am.
Ooh, girl.
I am at the halfway point. This row is the halfway point.
Is that the hibernate
So,
along?
mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
So yeah. So this is woven chevrons. Isn't that like rainbow fade? Like just perfect.
That's beautiful. I love that.
So it will have
It's
9
very
points
Heather.
when it's done, and I'm at 4 points now. So, but like going across, but this is the halfway point because after I add 2 more rows and I keep adding stitches. So
Right.
yeah, so yeah, so I'm very, very excited. This is one that's been. This was in my. Sorry, I pulled against my face and I got wool fuzz in my mouth, and it won't come out. Okay, there it's gone now. I was like, oh, but it was I'm gonna die of wool fuzz. So I'm really excited about it because this has been my it has its own little basket that it's been in for years. And I uh, and so I have it sitting in front of like behind me is like this is like my little nook. Like my recliner is right there in front of me, and there's my TV that I play my games on, and my
Uh-oh. Heather just left. Where did she go, guys? I'm
back.
Are you?
I'm back. Yeah, I was getting a phone call.
Oh,
and it was from the air taxi. So she's probably either telling me that all my stuff is on its way over, or I don't even know. So
you're ordering stuff?
Fruit's coming on the 5. Fruit's coming on the 5. I don't have any fruit, Chantel. All right, hang on.
Sure.
Oh, freight is coming at 5. Okay, so all right. So that means I have time to let Tony know. But yes, when you manage a store and your stuff comes over by freight, people call you, and I should have put my phone
And
on
let
Do
you
Not
know.
Disturb and let me know. Well, that's she may have been trying to call a bunch of people because we didn't have flights. It's the first of the flights today, and then there were no flights yesterday at all because we've had fog and everything else, and rain. Yesterday it was just raining endlessly. So yes, so the joys of a crap, and I do have to let them know. So all right, my screen's gonna go black for 1 second.
I don't know.
I don't know,
guys. Whew, deep
tell
breath.
the story of the lost water bottle.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So last weekend, I was in Anchorage with my son. He had an important doctor's appointment, and we were gone all weekend. And so, because I don't like driving up to Anchorage, we flew, and then we took taxis wherever we were going. And when we got to the doctor's office, I said, "Thank you, Mr. Cabby," and gathered my things and gave the tip and left my water bottle in the taxi. It drove away. I called the cab company and they were like, "Oh, we don't have a lost and found today. You'll have to call back on Monday." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to be here on Monday." So I've had a few moments of silence my water bottle. I miss it. I really liked it. I was planning on bringing it with me to Ohio, and I was going to get some new stickers to put on it, and it was gonna look awesome. It was gonna be awesome. Everything was gonna be awesome. And then I left it in a taxi. And the other water bottle that I have another one, and it's a Camelback, and I thought that it worked just fine, but I think somebody broke the lid to it, because now if I try to take a drink, I only get air, even if it's got a lot of water in it. So I don't know what happened with
So
that.
you got it back?
No, I
Oh,
have
okay.
another water. It's called a Camelback.
Okay, yeah. I was like listening. I could hear the stuff. It was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, she got it back. I was so excited.
No, Heather, I did not get it back.
I'm sorry.
That taxi driver did not care about my relationship with my water bottle.
Well, in your taxi driver's defense, it said knitting saves lives, not this water bottle saves lives.
This is true. No, I'm not taking you out. You can wait. Stupid, crazy dog.
You know what? Maybe you knew, like subconsciously, your body knew something like this, because you were refraining from sticking another sticker on there because you weren't quite sure where you wanted to stick said.
And that's true. And I didn't know which one I really wanted to put on there.
Right.
But I knew that when I got to Ohio, I was going to get some stickers somewhere, somehow. Do you hear this dog?
I do hear the
complaining
dog.
to me.
All right. So,
Rat.
I actually have finished objects, but I don't actually have finished. Well, did I share this last time?
I might have seen it on Instagram.
Yes. So if you are on Instagram, I did do a reel with this, because this is just single crochet. This is my pattern called the One Stitch Wonder.
Nice.
And just the chain stitch, this is like the foundation of crochet and the foundation of my crochet classes. So there are a bunch of these out in the world, but this is, if you have been around, you've probably heard me mention Gigi Made It before. And Gigi Made It. Isn't she amazing? I love her so much. And so this is her, Madeline Tosh and her they collaborated on the thing, and they've got Gigi Loves Orange, Gigi, I don't remember all the different colors that she has, but this one is called Gigi Loves Silver Lining. So it's the orange that she loves, and then you've got little things. So this is the Gigi Loves Silver Lining. And the day
those colors are very you.
I love it. And you know what's really cool is, even though this is like a silver color, I have when I spoke in church a couple weeks ago, I had like a bluishy gray like sweatshirt on, and this looked like it looked blue. So it was like almost like orange and blue. So I really like this gray because it really does kind of shift colors. You can see the blue undertones in it.
Yeah, you can.
And so when paired up with blue, all of a sudden it was like, because my daughter was like, is that a different cowl? And I was like, no, I wanted to really wear this because, sometimes people will say, well, I can't do it because, or I just know how to do this. Like I've had so many people tell me I can't crochet. I don't know how to crochet. I only know how to chain stitch. Look, you can make a wearable garment. It's beautiful. It's nice. I need to remember what you can bite your tongue all you want, girl. One day I want to have you make one of these.
What I'm going to say. I'll let you finish.
Were you going to say I can make one of those? Even I can make one of those? Okay.
I tried.
What? You tried?
I tried. I don't think I have a crochet hook big enough for the yarn that I have. Probably and I kind of forgot how to hold the crochet hook. And
well, lucky for you, there's a YouTube tutorial coming soon. And plus, you get possibly, as long as this crazy weather that I've been watching come doesn't do crazy things, I might be able to actually leave the island. But yeah, so
That would be
I don't
that
remember.
would
Do
be
you
great.
remember? It was probably like almost 15 years ago at this point. It was when we were really starting to dabble into doing all the things online and everything like that. Not you and I together because we didn't know each other then, but you and I separately.
Right.
But there was like a scarf that was going around that was very much like this. It was like stranded, and that's where the idea for the One Stitch Wonder came, because I could not spend $200. I thought it was Lush, like LUS, and like brand, like it was. And all these like influencers had them, and they look so comfy and cozy. And I'm like, I really want one of those. And then I was trying to teach myself to crochet without looking. So I was just chaining to get my even tension. And then I had like miles of,
Chain.
chain I had no idea what to do with. And I was wrapping it around my neck to like kind of keep it like organized. And then I realized, oh, this is nice and warm. So that's where it was born. And it's modified and morphed over the years. And I've actually, when I went to my daughter's house, I've actually figured out a way. Look how nice this is laying.
It is. It's laying very nice. That's the one thing that's about the. I love you, and that's about the only thing that draws me to it, is the fact that it lays so nice. I mean,
Well,
I have my cows, and they don't.
Do it just like you would when you store it. That's how you store it. That's how I packed it. And then it just, and then it could sit like in a drawer. Like you can stick them in, like you can have a drawer of them and stuff like that.
So you're skein it up.
You just skein it up. And then it sits really nice because it's training it to like lay that way. You stretch and twist. This was a single. This was a Madeline Tosh. What's that?
I said witchcraft, I swear.
I know, right? So Madeline Tosh ASAP is a single bulky strand. I don't know that I would recommend single for this, because this one has a little bit more. I really had to steam it and work out, like, because it's single, and singles tend to get all kind of crazy anyways.
Yeah.
And that's with any single yarn. Like you can just, because it doesn't have a friend, you can see this is a single yarn, and they just kind of go all, because there's nothing to like hold it together. So it becomes unbalanced very easily, which is, it kind of spins on top of itself. Whereas applied yarn that's got a friend is a little bit more structured.
Yeah.
So anyways, so this is my One Skein Wonder. I have several reels about One Skein Wonders, and I'm going to, or One Stitch Wonders rather, not One Skein Wonders, One Stitch Wonders. One Skein Wonders is the name of a book. I'm totally not plagiarizing right here.
No, but it does only take one skein.
It does. You can actually, depending on how full you want yours to be, this is one skein, but like one skein of Lion Brand, especially a salad color, is like a lot. So you can actually split that in half. So I have many more of them because this is like one of my favorite things, but it doesn't work out for everything. Like this is spin cycle dyed in the wool. I don't like this one as much. It's not doing it for me. So I'm actually going to undo this.
And that's the colors either.
I like the colors. This is a Lola Bean yarn company. Like, and it's like, it goes from pink to green. And I think this is really going to look really nice with like a deep green or something else to like really have that contrast, because it's going to go down. So this will be really pretty in color work. It's not pretty as the One Skein Wonder, but the beauty of that is that or the One Stitch Wonder, I can just pull it out. It's just crochet stitch. It's not like a big deal. Right. Just rip it right out of there. So, and I did make a bunch of baby hats, but those are all with babies when my grandson was born. So I used, this yarn, because my daughter, she was due to get induced on, it was Friday, the 3rd of February. That was when she was supposed to get induced. She was supposed to go in late at night. And then they called her that day and they said, or the day before, and said, hey, can we push you back till Saturday at 7? And she said, sure, like 7 in the morning. Well, we're getting ready to leave because we needed to leave there by 6 o'clock in the morning, so that way we could get coffee, and they encouraged her to eat something. So we were going to grab a bite to eat. And they called us at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they said, hey, it's kind of crazy right now. It's not really safe for you to come in. Is there any way that like we can like call you back in a little while? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then Saturday late morning, her husband was like, I'm going back to bed. Like, if that's the case, I'm going back to bed. It was like 5:30, you know, and so like, so I, being an early riser, she was, you know, she was upset, and so we went downstairs and we chatted, and I played Animal Crossing, and then when they called her back at like 10 and told her they were pushing her induction till Monday, she may have lost it a little bit, and then I had her lay down and take a nap, and and so we decided, she was really excited for the Kohl's clearance sale. She was sad she was going to miss that because she was supposed to be in the hospital because they were taking an extra 50% off of the clearance at Kohl's. So we were like, hey, look, we can go to the Kohl's clearance sale now. And then
there you go.
said, hey,
retail therapy.
Exactly. I'm like, we can go to the yarn store, you know? And so I let her pick out some yarn, and she is just like her mama. She is always picking out some Lola Bean Yarn Company. So we got two. Well, we were going to buy one, and then Lisa at For You, because that's where I got this yarn and I got this yarn, and I think we grabbed something else, but I can't remember if we did or not. I'll have to look and see. I don't, maybe we didn't. But this is called La Playa, and this is an Aran weight yarn. So I made a bunch of little baby hats, and then the rest of this yarn I'm going to make an overlapping life hat for the labor and delivery nurse that was with my daughter. She was amazing. I was sad she missed his birth by like 20 minutes. She missed his birth by 20 minutes because it was changed. She had to do her paperwork. I mean, the nurses they brought in after her were very nice, very lovely, but they were not Emily. So
right. I know that
was amazing. So yeah, you know, and so it was really nice. She was gonna come visit me on the island. Like, it was very, like, she was just when she came to check on us, like her the day she got discharged. She was like, you know, hey, my daughter's like, would it be weird? Do you want our contact information so you can, like, are you really serious about going out there? Or were you just saying that because I was in labor? So yeah, and her friend like knits. She's not from here, so she's actually from like Albany, New York, and so she has a friend back home that knit. And so she was telling her friend, she was like, "Oh my gosh, there was this grandma that was with one of my patients, and she was just knitting all this stuff, and it was the coolest yarn." So yeah, I love Lola Bean. But Lisa, there was one skein left, and Lisa said, there's only one skein left. Do you want it? And I said, you know what, I do, and I'm glad because this is enough to make Emily a hat with overlapping life, because remember, crochet eats up the yarn, unfortunately. Yes. That is the downfall to crochet, is it really does eat the yarn. But but for this, like for a bulky yarn overlapping life, I typically use a J hook. That's this one.
Okay. Don't think I have any of those. I got rid of a lot of the crochet hooks that I had. Not gonna lie,
because when I was at church the one day, I was knitting or crocheting rather as I was talking on stage, and
as
one does exactly. And I was using a little bit bigger hook. I think I was using the end hook because that's what I had in my bag, and I think I must have put it back in my bag.
I love that yarn.
So yeah, I grabbed this. I was working on this. This is how much I did. This is how much I did in the 40 minutes. I'm just dropping things off my lap. So I was hoping to get it done, but it's really hard to read and talk and do all the things. Excuse me for just one moment. I may curse a little bit. We'll see. Nope. No cursing needed. There we go. And haha, we're still okay. So, and if so, I just would pick up these stitches. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
So,
well, but
I can't
anyway,
tell you how many times I ripped the stitches out of here.
Oof. I tried. I gave it. I kind of gave it the old college try, and then I decided I didn't like school anyway. So, yeah.
I am excited that you would try, because like for the longest time you were like, no. The other finished object that I have that I also don't have with me is I finished my grandson's, I think I showed a little bit of it. I finished the Monument Lovey.
I didn't see it at all. How did I miss it?
Did not. Well, because I didn't take pictures of them with it. and I didn't put pictures online or anything. I didn't take pictures with him because he was really content when he's being held. He was not so content when he was not being held. And he doesn't. He was really funny because when I went to go make his reel, as my daughter and her husband didn't announce like right away, they kind of wanted to kind of keep him private to himself for a little bit, and I totally get that. You and I were actually talking about how we were so glad that we didn't have children in the age of social media. Because she really, like, anybody that had pictures of him, she was like, do not post before I post. And then she was like, she finally posted stuff. It was like she was using pictures I had taken and stuff. And it was funny because she's like, I'm surprised no one else is posting anything. I'm like, did you let them know they were allowed to post? Because if not, I would be scared. I wouldn't have posted,
Right.
So I took pictures of it, but I actually didn't take pictures with him and it, because it is a little bit bigger than, or about the same size he is right now, or maybe a little bit bigger. It's really squishy and fun and nice, but I got some really cool pictures of it in his room, but quite honestly, it on its side with just laying next to a baby kind of looks like a giant phallic symbol. So, I want to have him like sitting up, like, you can so we'll see. It's all good. Like, it's not the end of the world that I get pictures of him with it, but I'm really excited because I see different things that I want to do and how I want to change it. But I think I'm pretty solidly sold on how to construct the monument now with the yarn, and then we'll move on to the next things that I'm going to start with the agagurumi.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
so
what is still really? Oh my god, they kill me.
So let's see here. So I said, I have finished objects, no finished objects, and you have that lovely section. You finished object. You finished a clue.
I did.
I mean, and clearly it can stand alone.
I mean, it's clue 1, but
right.
I think that's only like section 1s and 2 that I got done. If I'm still on the I-cord bind off, then I think I'm in section 3.
Nice.
I think. Because there's one more after that. Clue 1 has 4 sections.
Does it?
So,
let me see.
And that's what I need to do. I need to reprint the entire pattern so I have it with me, because I have it, but it's in pieces because we got it as clue 1, clue 2, clue 3, clue 4, and I may not have kept everything together.
Well, he also, for those that purchase the pattern, he gives you a whole updated. Okay, yep. Let's say just make sure you were aware of that.
Yeah, I downloaded it to my phone, but you know how I feel about walking around with patterns on devices.
Well, I know. I think it's funny because we've talked about this before. I will lose paper, but I will not necessarily lose my device.
No. Nope. It's got to be on paper. I need to be able to write things on it. And I know you know how to do that, and you already do it. Don't go there, because I know that you already know how to do that. And I know that you showed me how to do that, but I do not have one of those fancy pens. I do not have a tablet. What? With my finger? Do you see how fat this thing is?
I just dot, and you can you make the line finer.
No,
I'm just hearing excuses.
Because they're not excuse. You know what? They are. They're damn good. Besides, paper is a lot lighter than devices.
Sorry about lessening my footprint, Nichole. I'm sorry, I couldn't even say it with a straight face. I would say I'm lessening my footprint, but that's not why I do it at all. I do it out of the fact that I will lose papers, and I don't have a printer at home. I would print everything at work. I did have a printer at home, but
But doesn't technology, I don't know. I'm going to find a reason, and I'm going to have it all wrote down by the time I see you.
I see.
Okay.
You have a good time with that. Let's see here. So, one of us have completed or gotten the yarn for the tent blanket.
No, we suck.
And that's just because, well, real life and finances definitely come up.
Yeah.
This is a whole year-long project, and I have been my gauge swatch one, because my gauge swatch one is getting bigger.
Oh my
Not by much, I don't.
goodness.
So, because these are just like, I have a lot of like little minis and different yarns and stuff like that, and some of the stuff I'm taking apart. So I just wanted to see. I'm really enjoying it, and these don't take very long. Like one square will take me like an hour, and that's being very generous if I get interrupted a million times.
Right.
So I think that it's definitely doable to catch up. It's going to be a little bit of work to catch up, but not like the end of the world to catch up. And the nice thing about it is you can also do it in sections where you can figure out where you should be if you want to do it by day. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not worried about it. I was going to get the stuff ordered when I was on mainland, but quite honestly, just with the baby being a little bit later, and then just helping them, and she had some issues after, you know, when he was born, because he was, you know, over 9 pounds. So
He's a big boy.
very big boy. So yeah. So I haven't gotten that order. That is on my list of things to do, so I can get that started. But I also know that you hadn't ordered either, and I want that to be a project that we work on together, even if that carries into 2023, which is why we're writing down the temperatures in our planner, so that way we can go back and we can, and almost like be able to tell. Because then if you have your planner, you can write stuff down, and it like with my D20 socks, my husband was like, well, do you know what's going on? I actually it's kind of fun, because like when I'm with color changes, I'll write down if there's significant events that are happening during that color, like where I was and stuff like that. So I can go back and look and say, oh, look, this is like my knitting journal of this sock.
Right.
So, and temperature blanket will be the same way. We did, I didn't start this craziness, like for you, I didn't start this craziness until, whenever, because, I found out like right after the first of the year, congratulations, you've earned a trip to Ohio.
I have. Okay, I want to circle back real quick to Heart Month. It's almost over.
Yes.
I have a couple of posts. They're in 2 different places. I have one on the Adult Congenital Heart Association site that kind of details what goes into me getting to my specialists. And then I have kind of an angry little post on my own site, Know It All Nikki.
Also a good read.
Huh?
I said it's also a good read. I've read both the articles.
Thank you. But I have one more that I want to write before I finish off this month. So I'm just fussing with it at this point. At this point, I'm walking around fussing with it in my head. Will I write it down on the airplane? Maybe. Will I sleep on the airplane? Definitely. I have sleep headphones and a sleep mask. I'm ready.
I can never, no matter how prepared I am, I can never sleep on an airplane. One time I deprived myself of sleep so that I would sleep on my cross-country trip, and I still didn't sleep.
Oof.
I dozed off right before we were getting ready to land. It was like ding, ding. Like, oh yeah, I wasn't sleeping at all for 2 seconds.
But next month is National Craft Month. In fact, I will be in Ohio, and it will be we will have a podcast while I'm in Ohio during National Craft Month. It feels like kind of like the planets are aligning right there, doesn't it? Do you get that feeling, or is it just me? I mean, like, oh, wow, Nikki's going to be here, and oh, wow, there's going to be a podcast, and oh, wow, there's a month just for us. Sorry. Get a little excited. Maybe it's me.
I know, she's very excited. We already have our notes for next month. It's great.
No, I'm not bringing any other crafts with me other than my knitting. I'm really not. Well, and unless you call my planner a craft, I will have my planners with me. So
And if you wonder how people can have multiple crafts going on, I'm going to tell you once again, rotate your crafts, my friend. Like, you don't have to be so strict as to, like, this day I work on this or this day I work on that, but kind of just shuffle them around. Let it happen organically and naturally. Like, I leave a couple of things sitting out. Now, I know that not everyone can do that because, well, I'm at a happy point in my life where I don't have people getting into my yarn or animals getting into my yarn or underwear. If you were ever around for a while, my dog used to eat the hell out of underwear.
oh, Barney, how we miss thee.
I know it's been 3 years. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I like to leave stuff kind of out so that I can see it because that saying, like, out of sight, out of mind, it's very, very true. So I also have learned that while I like all crafts, I like most crafts, and I know I adapt. It's really easy for me to do them. I have to like kind of focus. Like, okay, if I'm gonna bring this in, you have to be realistic with your crafts and your time. Like, I think like, was that stash stands for like something about, like, I can't remember what the stash is, like it stood for something like it's like something beyond life expectancy, but I can't remember what. I'll have to look it up for
I don't think
craft
I've
month
heard
next
about
month.
that.
It was a joke with the cross, like when I cross stitched, and I am kind of doing that. I did a lot. I used to belong to a cross stitch guild and everything else, but yeah, I know. And then I did my masterpiece, and then I kind of stopped. Although it was a way for me to get out of the house. It was like Tuesday nights or Monday nights or something. Jeremy would come home from work and I would go to Just Stitching in Strongsville, which is still there. It's in a different building. Right. So, and Shelly is very nice and very, very knowledgeable. And cross stitching was my go-to hobby because it was cheap.
Right. That's true. It still is.
It's still fairly inexpensive. I mean, you could definitely get into it, especially if you do a lot of instant gratification projects. But I was doing big projects at the time under the encouragement of my husband, and because, and then I realized, you know what, if he wants me to make if he wants beautiful cross stitch works of art in our home like this, then he can just make them his damn self, and I will stitch my samplers and make myself happy. I do like samplers, which is why Stephen West appealed to me for a while. Essentially, when you're doing one of his mystery knitted alongs, you're just knitting a big sampler.
Right.
So, but tag us in your crafts. Do you do crafts aside from yarning?
I don't know. We're going to need to have another hashtag. I'm already thinking. Already thinking.
Stitching the crafts together.
Huh?
Stitching the crafts together. Stitching the craft together.
Well, I was going to say crafting the miles together, but okay. I like
crafting the miles together. Oh, I like crafting the miles together. That's nice.
It's going to be our catchphrase.
I don't know. So yes, so we are excited to know what you look for, and if you have decided to unsubscribe yourself from all of these different email notifications that come to you from like all the major craft stores and some of the big brands, you should turn those email notifications back on, because March is a really big month, and I've noticed that there's some sales going on right now to get you in. Now, I don't need anything. Like, I would really take stock of what you have and what you need and kind of be on the lookout. Yes. Yes, Nichole.
Thank you. What if we waited to get our yarn during National Craft Month?
Would it be on sale? I don't know. I know some of the colors are on sale in the month of February, so maybe we want to get those, because pink and red and white colors were an extra 20% off.
That's true.
I bet you greens are going to be on sale in March for knit picks.
Yes, probably.
I don't know if they're having any sales. I know that Joann's has huge sales during National Craft Month. I've already been getting a lot of stuff from that.
And so does Lion Brain.
Lion Brand does as well. And and this would be the time to get yourself into it, because in so many crafts, check great places to check for to dabble into crafts, take a class. I know here our local library has like twice a month we have different things going on. I know a friend of mine in Lorraine, her local library has stuff going on. They have like a maker space there. You can go in and use their Glowforge and all, and you just are paying for supplies. That's all you're paying for. You can bring your stuff in, or you can. I mean, it's amazing. So I know that like your local library is a great place to see if there's crafting there, and if there's not, you should always if you are knowledgeable in something, check with your programming director at your local library. Full disclosure, I got paid to teach crochet classes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
because
awesome.
they have funds to do that. So you may, they might not know that you can share,
Right.
If you have like an arts council in your town or your area, I would check with them. And then your local like craft stores, Joann's, especially Joann's has lots of classes that you can sign up for. And I believe during craft month, they have like, sometimes they have
Oh my
deals
God,
and
yes.
stuff like that. So there's all, and then your local like yarn shops, your local, like the cross, I mean, like all these different places that like, I definitely would just, if you're interested in a hobby or a craft, March is probably going to be the month to try to check that out.
Yep.
Also a good time to get rid of all your crafting stuff too. Like, when you're cleaning, it's spring cleaning, kind of go through things and figure out what it is that you are doing.
Yep.
Because while that sounded really good at the time, perhaps it's not so good now. There are a couple of my crafts where I would love to keep going with them, but I just physically don't have enough time.
Right.
And I want so. All right. So I think that might be all that we have.
Yeah, I think that's
today,
about
and
it.
we
And
are
actually,
just in an hour. Look at that. We're on time.
we don't know who we are right now.
We do not.
And it's probably a good thing that we are on time, because I gotta tell you, I gotta take this one guy. I think he's either gotta go out or he wants to go play in the snow. One of the two. I won't know till I get him there, though.
I won't know until.
Well, because he has a toy outside.
Oh, he might want that toy. Yeah. When I was visiting my daughter, Sam would come over and put his head on my lap. I said, when I was visiting my daughter, Sam, their dog, their chocolate lab, would come over and put his head on my lap.
Right.
And I would ask him, do you need to go outside? And he would wag his tail. I'm like, or do you want a cookie? And he'd walk over to where the cookies are. So
kind of hard to tell.
Barney used to do the same thing. Barney would be like, look, I just took you outside. What do you want? You want a cookie? And she'd go sit in the kitchen. Like, of course I want a cookie. But who doesn't want a cookie?
Right. Well, I'm gonna send him out there by himself, but I gotta be there to watch him. And if he just goes and sits in the middle of the yard, then I know that the bathroom's not what he wants. Because he will just sit there and he'll look at you from the door, from the yard. He will look directly into the window and he'll just sit there.
He's a very serious dog.
And I'm like, dude, no. So, Australian Shepherd.
Well, our next podcast is scheduled for March 9th, which is obviously a Thursday. Not obviously, it's not like we always podcast on Thursdays, but so tune in here at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you like the podcast, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments about anything, please leave them below. We will definitely address them in our next podcast. And subscribe, because we don't know that we're doing a good job, and people aren't subscribing. I'm hoping to get the views up.
And by then, Nikki should be a slightly darker shade of pale.
I'm here. I'm not that.
Huh?
I said,
not dead.
I'm here. It's not like it's not. Well, I don't really go outside, but that's what happens when one is allergic to the sun.
The sun is allergic to me.
Yeah, sorry, I got a shocky thing. If you watch the replay, you watch me just twinge, because that's now and again.
See, look how far I'm getting. There we go.
Very nice. It definitely looks like a different shade again of gray. The book 50 Shades of Grey was really about her cardigan that she's been making, because I swear it's different color every time.
You don't know. I might get it all pieced together, and each section is going to look like a different color. And I'm going to have to send it to you to be like, no, it really is. And here's all the leftover yarn. Have a good time.
Ooh, one real quick thing. made me think of it. I have not signed up. I was hoping to get my link beforehand, but everyone always agrees that Heather needs to eat food above all else, so I ate instead of doing the link. There is there's going to be a knit-a-thon, sorry, in March. I believe it's on the 26th of March. It's called Knit for Food. I'm actually going to sign up. It's 12 hours that you knit, and people can like pledge to support you. So I will definitely have a link going. Please look for that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I am challenging myself in the 12 hours when I'm doing the Knit for Food. I'm going to make another Winston sweater.
Oh my God. Shut the front door. Are you serious?
I am dead serious. So I have my Winston that I love, and I'm going to recreate that same Winston, but I'm actually going to knit it correctly because I didn't knit correctly at the time. I was knitting through the back loops. I didn't understand raglan increases, and I didn't understand like a lot of different things I didn't understand when I made that sweater. So while it looks great on, I can feel how it doesn't always fit very well, and I want to show the difference between the two sweaters. And so I know that I was able to knit a Winston in a weekend, and it was a short sleeve Winston, and I wasn't as fast as I am now. So that was 3 years ago. So my husband thinks that I can maybe do it. We can see if it's going to be pretty close to done. I may have the cast on like when the knit-a-thon starts. I might have it like started a little bit so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a link going. I think my goal is gonna be $1,000. Some people are like, Gigi made it. She's like got $20,000 goal. Like if I get above $1,000, I'll be really excited. Kids going hungry is something that's very close to my heart because I was hungry a lot as a kid. I actually have a whole post that I'm going to share with you with my link for Knit for Food on my website about things that you can eat a lot of when you're at like group events that like I had like some weird food. People are like, why do you like that? I'm like, well, when you're hungry as a kid, you learn what food you're allowed to eat and not get judgment from the hosts when you're there.
Right.
Spoiler alert,
This is true.
radishes is one of them. You can eat as many radishes as you want off a veggie tray and no one is going to get upset with you. They're going to be like, here, baby, here's some more radishes.
Exactly. I like radishes.
So yeah, so that was a new thing, new development. I was gonna get the link beforehand so I could plug it in. I totally forgot to, but you know, it's okay. We still have time.
Maybe I can finish a shawl, or maybe I can send you a Winston to finish.
Yes, send me a shawl or a Winston to finish.
No, I'll keep the shawl to finish. But I know a Winston that I really do need to sit down and just tackle the sleeves.
Aren't you like on Sleeve Island? Like that's like where you are right now. I know you have like the top part, but we can modify that to like you should just put him in your bag so we can like work on him. Like I can help you.
But we don't know how long we're going to be able to hang out or any of those things.
No, we don't. But I can fix the top part for you so that you'll be happier with it because you said it was too big in the top part up here when you tried it.
It was just like hanging off me. I totally could have had that whole 80s off the shoulder sweater thing going
that's on. Probably going to be coming back. I mean, I don't know why you're just,
No.
All right.
I don't need to show the shoulder through a sweater. It's bad enough I got the yoga outfit on because I didn't have time to change. Man.
Oh, sorry. It's all good. I know she was. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us and for watching the replay. And please go ahead and give us a subscribe and a like. We would appreciate that greatly.
Watch, hang out with us. We're here for it.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing some reels too during the trip.
Nice. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see the reels, and I'm going to have some reels coming up. Although, oddly enough, speaking of reels, my granddaughter took those live photos of me. She realized I had a pop socket that's fun, and I had live photo at the same time. So I have like so many things. So I decided to put it to audio. It has like over 2,000 views, right? Yeah, it has over 2,000 views right now.
Tell her to earn me that money.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful yarny-filled day.
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang on. Except Heather has to remember how to turn this off.
Oh my